Alright, well, hello everyone. Welcome back to more Final Fantasy 14. Um, and we are in Solution 9 because I think it is finally time for me to unlock the Arcadion. Also, I have Dancer, I have Black Mage, and I have Warrior, all at level 100. So now it's just a matter of getting a healer leveled up to 100 for the role quests. And I figure that's, something I can work on, obviously. So something I need to have done, right away. But I figured, it's been, 2 weeks since we beat Dawntrail. And I keep meaning to unlock Arcadion and do it and whatnot. So I figured I have something that's not Black Mage and not Viper. I have a class that I can kind of be able to pay attention to, like, the game and such, and I don't have to focus so hard on the skills. What does this do anyway? Upon executing technical finish, which is Along is affected against the dawn. Each spirit gauge is 50 or higher. Saber dance. I don't understand that at all. Apparently, when I use the frickin' finish and Esprit. God, this has been really confusing, this finishing move thing. So, I don't even know. Oh, is this just... Oh, that's just the normal thing. Okay. Got it. Yeah. When you do technical step or whatever, technical finish, and then it gives you this like second button to hit, that's already. It's just these two. I thought that said 92, not 82. So finishing move and Dance of the Dawn, along with Last Dance, which I guess I really need to figure out like a better spot for that. I wonder if maybe I should put it up here. Because this comes from... Does that come from both? Or is it only... Does it only come from... Can only be executed under the effect of the Last Dance. Like, does this trigger both of them? No. So this triggers this skill, and then this triggers Saber Dance. It does something different now. Okay. I think I get that. So maybe what we do is... something like that. That shouldn't be too much of an issue to move that around. 5. Yeah, 5 is easy enough to hit. That should work. So I'm not having to reach all the way over here every time I use freaking standard stuff. A new challenger appears. The stylish stranger is eagerly looking about. Into the Arcadion we go. Ah, I found you at last. You, my good madam, were born to be a star. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Metem, Head of Strategic Management at Ascension Arcadia, the premier enterprise for entertainment in Solution 9. Our flagship is the Arcadion, a combat arena, and it is there that we host the Ascension Arcadia Championship. It's the pinnacle for fighters in Alexandria. I want you to be among them. As you may have heard, circumstance had forced us to close the arena's doors for a time, but the time is right to reopen them. Yeah, Zeralzar's gone. Her Majesty's tragic passing has left our citizens disconsolate? Disconsolate. I've never seen that word before. Disconsolate. Without consolation or comfort. Unhappy. A complete lack of comfort. Cheerless. Admit the man's disconsolate widow. That's how they use that. And consolation, which is another thing I don't think I've ever heard, is the comfort received by a person after a loss or disappointment. Sure. Her Majesty's tragic passing has left our citizens disconsolate. By providing them with gripping entertainment, it is our hope to help them to forget their cares for a while. For to accomplish that, however, it will not do to show them what they have seen countless times before. No, they need something new. Someone new. And who better than she who not only protected our citizens from the king's army, but struck down the king himself? That was you, yes? So it was. And so, for your strength and valor, the President of the Federation has marked you to be the Arcadian's next great star. Just imagine it. An upstart, the people's protector, arrives on the scene and challenges the Arcadian's mightiest to rise up as grand champion. What could be more gripping, I ask you? For your part, you will naturally be well compensated. Finest equipment Solution 9 has to offer awaits you after each and every victory. I dare say this has you enticed, but you needn't make up your mind right away. If you are keen to test your strength and win rich rewards, then come to the Arcadion at the end of this avenue. The attendant will show you in. With that, I bid you farewell for now. I shall look forward to a favorable response. There's the Arcadion. Can finally unlock the Arcadion gear. Cassandra, Master Matam has been expecting you. If you would follow me, I will take you to him. Of course, a lot of people are currently wearing the crafted green gear because you can equip 5 materia slots. You came. By this I take it you will fight in the Arcadion. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to the fold. Well then, I shall explain to you. Oop. These, are bosses. You look like you've got some fight in you, I suppose. Still, you can only be so strong without being a soul shifter. You wouldn't last long against any of us. Well, aren't you just a treat? I look forward to meeting you on stage. You're a puny candle before my roaring flames. Make it to me and I'll blast you out of the ring. Interesting, because there's only 3 of them. Those are some of the fighters you'll face. They are all characters, as you can see. But I hope you did not take offense at their words. Consider it their way of welcoming you. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, I've mentioned. The Ascension Arcadia Championship is a fighting competition. The realm's mightiest duke it out in a bid to become the grand champion. I've no doubt that all Alexandrians would be captivated by your journey as a challenger, cheer you on as you fight your way up the ranks. And speaking of ranks, the fighters of the Arcadion are divided into 3 tiers: light heavyweight, cruiserweight, and heavyweight. The ultimate objective is to become the undisputed champion in all the tiers, and thereby rise up as grand champion. As a rookie, your campaign begins in the light heavyweight tier, but you must defeat your 3 rivals ranked therein. Goodness gracious me, I almost forgot to mention the most important thing. The Arcadion has its own repository of feral souls, which our fighters utilize in battle. So potent are these souls, they alter the fighters' very forms. Lest you wonder, it is the potency of the souls employed that separates the championship's 3 tiers. Now, I'm given to understand you do not use a regulator. Even when you face the king, you did not rely on souls of any kind. That is most impressive indeed. Be that as it may, it would be egregiously unfair for you to compete with naught to balance the scales. Fortunately, here at the Arcadion, we also have souls of former champions in storage. We'll use them to create allies to fight alongside you. Alright, that's a unique way of doing it. To make sure they work with you like a well-oiled machine, we'll draw upon your memories to fine-tune their appearance and abilities to your liking. That's a unique way of doing it. It sounds a lot like the Endless, the arcane manifestation of Gulul Jaja. I mean, also, this is like what we do with the Azim Crystal anyway, so. Nice, such marvelous magics exist in your world. Intriguing. Electrope is the medium employed here, but I dare say it is similar in bringing forth a temporary simulacrum. And for the purposes of evening the odds, I do believe 7 of these simulacra should suffice. What do you think? Of course, because it's, you know, it's a raid, so there's got to be 8 of them. Seeing souls for entertainment is wrong. The souls in your repository should be set free. I had expected that you might harbor reservations about the use of souls. Those who hail from outside the barrier often do. And so I have a proposal. An additional incentive, if you will. For each victory you claim, I shall release the souls of those who fought beside you. You, my friend, would be the star who brings fresh change to the Arcadion. So what say you? Are you willing to fight under those terms? That's definitely a unique way of doing it, so... Excellent. Now I would tell you more about the Arcadion, but let us save it for after your first bout. After all, it'd be pointless if you end up losing straight away. With that, I officially welcome you as the fighter of the Arcadion. When you are ready to take the arena, you need but say the word. By completing matches in the Ascension Arcadia Championship, you may earn valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Huey in Solution 9. The Claw in the Dark. Matem gazes at you expectantly. You're ready then? Excellent. Rest assured I will be here to guide you in the beginning. Now I shall introduce your first opponent. Please look at the monitor. I love it. A new challenger. This here is Black Cat, feared as the Claw in the Dark. That's right. She's the one who took your measure earlier. While she's still a rookie herself, you'd be wise not to underestimate her. She's real talent and is expected to go far. Her feral soul is Cathpalug, terrible feline, said to have pushed a legendary hero to his limits. For this power, she becomes unimaginably nimble, and her very claws can rend steel. You need to keep your wits about you. Now, you should know that the ring is uniquely configured to complement the fighting style of your foes. This is in order to provide the audience with a spectacle. After all, we're first and foremost in the business of entertaining. On a similar note, I should mention that I'm also the commentator for matches. Leave it to me to squeeze every drop of excitement out of your fight. Now then, you had best see to your preparations. May you emerge victorious in your debut. AAC Light Heavyweight M1. Ah, it's literally called M1. Neat. I had been hearing people refer to this as M1. So that's really cool. The scratching me. Ah. Very cool. So match 1. The AAC Light Heavyweight match 1. We've got 4 DPS in queue already. We just need 2 tanks and 2 healers to show up. So I am definitely excited to see how this goes. I, clearly haven't done anything with the Arcadion yet, considering that I just unlocked it. And I know very little about it. Apparently everybody's like freaking out over one of the characters. It's like a bee lady. So, but like that's literally all I know. So, True View Blues. Looks like I just have a couple of quests. Three. Okay. Looks like I have 3 quests left. 4? Rousing Mr. Robot. 4. I did a couple of quests around here. Nice. I already did all of the relics. I guess. Never mind. I was gonna say, I guess while we're waiting, we can do the freaking, range DPS quest line. And then, just as I was starting to say those words, ping! AAC Light Heavyweight, Match 1. That is pretty cool, I won't lie. Nice. Claw in the dark, Black Cat. Nice. First time. I mean, I'm glad that he is voiced at least. That's nice. Oh yeah, this makes Last Dance much easier to hit. For sure. Whoop. Music's good. Oh my gosh, what? He's playing with us while we were in the ring. Elevate and eviscerate. I don't know what I need to do. Whee! Oops. I get it. I want it to... I do see what... I do see that. Yes. Got it. I understand that now. You want to point it at one of the platforms that isn't damaged. I'm seeing people stand here, so that's where I'm going. Oh my gosh. Leaping 1-2 paw. Oh, I see. Leaping black cat crossing. I see. All right. I mean, I'm getting, I'm understanding this so far. In fact, I would say that this has been pretty easy to understand so far. I will say, this music definitely makes me think Pokemon. Specifically Sword and Shield. Which is really interesting in my opinion. Just gonna kick it up a little bit more. Copycat. Ooh-ah. Whoa, frick. Oh my gosh, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Kept trying to hit 4. And my hand settled on 3 instead. What? Why did I take sustained damage? Oh no, somebody else took sustained damage. Got it. Oh my gosh! There we go. That wasn't too bad. GG. That was close. It was like, holy frick. They knocked down like 4 people in one freaking hit. Na 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 na. Loot. Oh. I only got... I don't... Oh, right. Yeah, you only get like 1 piece per. So basically you want to pick one. I don't need those. You want to pick 1 piece and just always roll on that 1 piece. That way you can get new gear. It takes 4 pieces. Bravo! You're simply magnificent out there. The President's eye for talent is keen as ever. So now that you have your first victory under your belt, I shall tell you more about the Arcadion. Championship traces its roots to a time in Alexandria long before the coming of the Terali people. It was very different in the beginning, though, with matches pitting recreated simulacra against each other. That's right, the very same that fought at your side. But with the advent of soul-derived resuscitation, battles to the death between living combatants became the norm. And all without any actual deaths. The contest evolved once more after Zeralzar was made king. It was he who proposed the use of feral souls to enhance one's flesh, leading to the technology for it being devised. So it was that combatants took on the power and likeness of beasts, and the audience experienced newfound heights of excitement. However, when Zeralzar raised the banners of war to embark on his conquest, all feral souls were reserved for the army's use. He had no choice but to suspend operations at the Arcadion. What happened afterwards, I believe you know. Having gone mad, the king was vanquished by your hand, and shortly thereafter, our beloved queen was taken from us. Though we are thankfully safe now, sadness and uncertainty darken our hearts. Some may think it in poor taste to resume the championship now of all times, but it is now most of all that people need cheering up. As I mentioned when first we spoke, we wish to help them forget their cares. Did you see how the audience roared when you, the upstart challenger, triumphed over our rising rookie? You've captured their imaginations, and I hope you will continue to do so. I can't believe I lost to someone who wasn't even using a feral soul. What are you? Damn it all! Can't leave things like this! Say, would you mind if I watched you for a while? Don't worry, I don't have any hard feelings. I'm just curious, that's all, about what you can do. Be my guest. I love the goofy music. I love the goofy music. As fickle as a feline, that one, but I do hope you won't hold it against her. Deep down, she has a good heart. So yeah, she's going to be important to the overall story in some way. I'm very curious as to how. But we'll see. Sweet Poison. Matem would introduce your next opponent. Although unexpected company has appeared, let us focus on the match ahead. Allow me to introduce your next opponent. This is Honeybee Lovely, the darling of the Arcadion. There she is. Honey, yeah, so I remember somebody mentioning Honeybee. So, and as soon as, like, she came out, I went, I bet you that's her. Also, I'm curious what this actually says. I don't know, because I don't think this is Eorzean script, so I wouldn't be able to even, like, use that to, like, figure it out. So, unless it is. And, you know, I just also really have not been able to figure it out. Oh, I'm dumb. It probably just says next opponent. Duh. Wow. As you can doubtless guess, she utilizes the soul of a bee, and an extremely venomous one at that. But rather than her poison, you should be wary of her ability to charm all before her. For in addition to a winsome charm, which serves her well as a songstress, she can produce the pheromones of a queen bee to enthrall even her foes. Those who fall under her spell delight in the torment she unleashes upon them, which is why the audience will be spectating via special contraptions cloaked in holograms. It wouldn't do to have hundreds of people be enthralled. In short, there's nothing lovely about her, despite what she might claim. You're in for a bad time. That may be so, but I have faith that you will prevail. Now, sally forth and show us your medal. Honey, be lovely, you say. M2. Let's see how you hold up this time without a feral soul. Alright, well, into M2 we go. Boink. I love that these seats are so high that as a Lala, I have to hop up into them. It's great, honestly. And now we just kind of wait for the next group to pop up, really. Which I'm sure will come pretty quickly here. I'm trying to think. Where was... Where was the aiming? Lanasia was healer. Kurthus was tank. Kugane was the one that we've already done. Radzethan had caster. So that should mean it's in Relgar's reach. You know, just as I'm heading off. So, just as I'm about to head off. Oh my. I love the audience. What? All right then. This music. I mean, this makes sense so far. Straight line. Okay. We have hearts. Head over heels. Not sure what to do about that. I like the idea of hitting flourish and then getting the instant cast. You know, dance step. I just don't think it works the way they wanted it to. Unless I'm just misunderstanding something about, like, the process that they expect you to do. Well, I got 2 hearts, so that's good. I'm pretty sure it's an instant kill. Torture Stinger with poison. Oh boy. I'm not even sure how to have dodged that. Hard feelings if I kill you. A little. Just a little bit. Just some hard feelings if you kill me. Some. B is for brilliant. Oh no. I can definitely see where this would be difficult if I wasn't Dancer. Like, if I were trying to do this Black Mage, I would have died so many times. I see. Okay. That's death. Maybe not. Honeybee live. I did not die. How about that? Oh, we're back into this phase again. I see. You only want to block one, I think. I think? Some people didn't get 2 hearts, so I'm not entirely sure. Wait! Uh-oh. Fatal Attraction! Dead. I did not die! Holy crap, I died. I did not die! Followed immediately by I died. Yeah, I think it's better if you... Whoops. I think it's better if you have the initial dance on. B is for beating you to a bloody pulp. Nice. What is this music though, man? I died. I'm not even entirely sure what hit me there. I didn't think I was in an orange, but apparently I was. I understand the mech, but I don't know. I understand the mech, but I'm very confused by it. Like, the idea is that, you know, they're doing lines, they go in, and then they go out. And that out is where you have to dodge both the in and the out. What I don't know is those purple ones that seem to be pointing, but then not hitting in the directions that they were pointing. Like, either that or I was just misunderstanding, but it did not seem to me like the purples were in line with where they were actually shooting at. If they were, I didn't understand how they worked. And it's very possible that the reason I didn't understand was just that I didn't, like... I missed some aspect of it. So... Dead. Crimson Lotus! I think she's low enough that we can safely, like, LB3 normal. You know, DPS LB3. So... these lines. Whoops! Not quite sure what happened there, but sure. Let her go down. Okay. Oh. Na 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 na. That was very interesting, to say the least. Well, no gear for me this week. I think everybody has a different piece of gear, so they're all rolling on different things, waiting for everybody else to need roll on the one that they need, or to pass, or, you know, whatever on the one that they need. So, well, I guess I got a pair of light heavyweight hollow gauntlets. Oh no, that's what, let everyone roll at once. I already got one, so I'm good. I can leave. It's just hilarious. They're all just waiting on everybody to roll. What a performance that was. I knew you could do it, my friend. I think you actually managed to take Honeybee down. You're the real deal. In this victory, you're now eligible to challenge the reigning champion of the light heavyweight division. And as eager as I am to see you claim the crown, it will take some time to make arrangements for the match. While you wait, why not find yourself a second? That is, someone who supports you by gathering information on your opponents and giving advice on your training. Wait, if she needs a second, then please let me do it. Those who lose aren't allowed to fight for a while, so I'm free. But above all, I'd like to see the person who defeated me defeat everyone else, too. As an active fighter, I suppose you would know your opponents better than most. If Cassandra is willing, then I certainly wouldn't object. Sure. I'd be happy to have Black Cat in my corner. You won't regret this. Now, if I'm to be your second, you ought to know my real name. I'm Yena. I look forward to working together. Let's head to the gym. It's a bit messy, but it's far more comfortable than in this dreary old place. As you seem to have everything well in hand, I will excuse myself. I shall see you again when it is time for the match. Yana's yam. Yana's yam. Yana is keen for a change of scenery. Right then, follow me. The gym isn't too far from here. Where are... Oh, that's the Kleenex. My sinuses are being a little obnoxious, so... Aren't you Cassandra, the fighter who doesn't use a regulator? One moment. Not only fight, but win without using a feral soul. Absolutely amazing. I'll be cheering for you from now on. I was so surprised when I saw you in the ring. You're the hero who protected us from the soldiers. I've been your biggest fan since. You'll win your next match too, I just know it. You heartless fiend, how dare you embarrass our sweet honeybee like that? I hate you. Of course, there's always going to be somebody. Enjoy this feeling while you can, new blood. You'll be begging for mercy come your next match. My, the fans are quite riled up. I understand the need to let out their frustration, but I wish they could find more productive ways to use that energy. But do excuse me. I'm something of a storyteller, and I have a keen interest in seeing how this championship unfolds. When you have a moment, I would love to ask you a few questions. Wait, you're Black Cat. What are you doing keeping company with the lass who just beat you? That's probably why you lost. You don't have any pride. Much rather watch your sister fight. Nobody put on a show like Wicked Thunder. This is never ending. Let's get out of here. I assume we'll be fighting her sister. Or, well, it's either going to be that we're going to fight her sister, or it's going to be like, oh, her sister, like, passed away because she was out of souls or something. Looks like we managed to slip away. Come on, the gym's just over here. The gym really is over here. There legitimately is a gym building. I forgot. And here it is, Dawntrail's training, the home of Alexandrian's finest fighters. That being said, I'm the only one here at the moment. It's also my actual home. The first floor is where I live, and the basement is where I train. Now don't be shy, go on in and make yourself comfortable. Sorry for the sinus. I don't know, I've just been having sinus problems lately. That one is definitely too young to be Wicked Thunder, I would assume. So I'm guessing Wicked Thunder was a competitor, but then she died, maybe? Or she just quit. I mean, because, yeah, if people remember her. So, unless she died after. You know, the portal closed. It's a pleasure to meet you, miss. My name is Naomi. Thank you very much for looking up after my sister. Thank you for knocking me out, are you? Well. There we go. Anyway, as you may have pieced together, I have two sisters. And though they're gone now, our parents were originally from Tyrol. They happened to be in Yasulani when the dome appeared and ended up trapped. Here they took up work as hunters, but they were always opposed to regulators and never wore them. One day they went out and never came back. Aha! Because yeah, if you don't have the regulator, then you would still remember them. So, truth be told, I became interested in you because you reminded me of our parents. Like them, you're averse to using souls. We, on the other hand, don't see such a problem with the practice. So at our sister's urging, we started wearing regulators after Mother and Father died. It's only because they weren't wearing regulators when they passed that we can still remember them. Whether we're better or worse off for it, I can't say. I was too little to understand when it happened, but I've heard the story from my sisters, so when I see you fight, I can't help but feel anxious. Sandra, I say this knowing your stance, but won't you consider wearing a regulator in matches? If only to revive yourself should the worst come to pass. Don't worry, I can't die. I'm afraid you can't change people's minds when it comes to soul use, Nayuni. It's a question of culture and upbringing. But rather than talk about such things, we should celebrate. We've won 2 championship matches now. Cassandra, this calls for drinks. We've only got energy tonics, but it's the gesture that counts, right? You're celebrating even though you lost? Babi Makote. Nice. They really are energy drinks. Served in aluminum cans. Or at least metal cans. I like that there's a crushed can. So, after what that delightful fan said outside earlier, I imagine you're curious about my sister. Her name's Eutrope, and she rose to be a top contender in the heavyweight division. She became a fighter to look after me and Nayuni first and foremost, but it turned out she was great at it. Hardly surprising, I suppose. She always excelled at anything she set her mind on. She was a natural at combat. And on top of that, she mastered how to wield Electrope. Hold on, I've just a thing. Ha! Nice. Next opponent. Wicked Thunder was her ring name. She harnessed the Levin Steed's soul in conjunction with Electrope and could shapeshift to adapt to her enemies in battle. Nice. I'm confident enough in what I can do. Eutrope herself taught me how to fight, but I could never emulate her fighting style. The thing is, she just disappeared one day without saying a word to us. She was so close to being immortalized, too. Right, you wouldn't know. All Arcadion fighters retire young. Feral soul transfiguration is just too much of a burden on the body. Those who fight to the age of 20 are immortalized in the Ascension Arcadia Hall of Fame. This comes with the privilege of moving to the luxury residences on Everkeep's upper levels, where they can live out their days in comfort. Eutrope threw all of that away when she vanished. I just can't wrap my head around why. That's enough reminiscing for now. Can't be long now before your next match, so let's head back to the Arcadion. Good luck, Cassandra, and please be careful. Yes. I was like, am I? No, I'm not. I was like, am I even going the right way? No, I'm not. This is what I didn't even realize. I don't think I've ever been on this street. Now that I've noticed this. It makes sense, though. Why I wouldn't have noticed the gym. And even had I noticed the gym, it's entirely possible that I would have been like, oh hey, there's a gym. When the game was like, hey, go to the gym, you know? So, into the Arcadion. Here you go, Cassandra. I'll do my best to support you as your second. Alrighty. Vile heat. Yana's excitement is palpable. If you win this fight, you'll become champion of the light heavyweight division. Let's give it everything we've got. Right. I'll take a look at your opponent. Oh my! That there, I regret to say, is the reigning light heavyweight champion, Brute Bomber. He might use the might of the Bomb King to ignite all that he touches. Or he uses the might, rather. But that'll be the least of your worries. He's a dirty fighter who'll do anything and everything to win. The rules be damned. Countless of his opponents have to be carried to the infirmary. But you'll be fine, I'm sure of it. If you bested me, you can best the Brute Bomber too. Now go and blast that loathsome lout out of his own ring, and come back here, the new champion. M3 now accessible. Alrighty, the blasting ring. Ha! Just instant. Like, just immediate cue. That was amazing. Gosh. Oh boy. Violet Heat, Brute Bomber. Did not mean to, actually attack. I didn't think I was close enough. Jeez. So he just hits like 2/3 of the arena with that. Whoops. I did not see what it is about that mech that told me which direction that was going in. So that's unfortunate. Whoa! What the frick was I supposed to do about that? Fuses are ignited. Ow! This guy has an explosive personality. See? I think it's a fuse length thing, but I haven't been able to look long enough. I'm always triggering a skill right as he does that. And so my attention is focused on the hot bar. Combatant disqualified. Oops. I mean, they did say something about he regularly breaks the rules. How exactly he's allowed to fight in that case, I don't understand. Hey! Oh, frick. That's pain. Oh. Good grief. Yeah. There's not a lot of time to see that before he freaking rushes. Alright then. So much for my dancing. Ah! Yes, I do see. There are indeed some longer fuses. Sadie, please. The problem here is there we go. I think I see what I did wrong the last time. I think I stood on one of the side spots. But yeah, so the big issue that I'm seeing with Flourish giving you the dance, the instant cast like dance there, is that I've always used Flourish after technical step so that I get the extra damage from the technical step. Ow! You know, tied into it. But you can't do that. Can't do that if you're utilizing Flourish to keep up the standard step. Which means that you have to keep up the standard step like on its own as well. Ow! Like, see, while I have that technical step, I do all of my moves. And by the time I'm done with that, technical, like by the time I'm done with that, the technical step has run up, you know? What's the point of a referee, though, if it's not actually doing, you know, anything? What was the other one I grabbed? The gauntlets. All right. No gear for me at all. I think the earrings only require 2, I want to say. But everything else requires 4. So, you did it. You really did it. Even though you beat me, I'm absolutely over the moon for you. It's really astonishing what you can do without a feral soul. For this, you're now the light heavyweight champion. Congratulations, Cassandra. Now there's going to be a ceremony to officially crown you champion. All and sundry will be watching, so make sure you wear something you won't regret. Ready, are you? Let's get you on stage for your big moment. And this is how we progress into the 4th. Something is going to happen. My fellow citizens, we are gathered to recognize a new champion in the Arcadion, the rising star, who shot to the top of the light heavyweight division at breakneck speed. Without further ado, please give a warm welcome to the woman of the hour. The unstoppable upstart, the unenhanced but unbeatable, the one and only Cassandra Sevilla. Hold it right there. Oh? Your victory was a farce and I refuse to accept it. Oh my! It appears Brute Bomber is unsatisfied with the outcome of his match. You fought with 8 of you. How's that fair? Let's settle this one-on-one, just you and me. You're one to talk about fair. If it's supposed to be a one-on-one, fight without your bloody bomb king. Shut your mouth, I make the rules here. Oh. Ow. What in the world just happened? Oh. Why, hello there. You trope? I don't believe it. Wicked Thunder, the heavyweight fighter who suddenly vanished, has returned. I will have your soul. Prepare yourself. What's this? Wicked Thunder has just challenged the unstoppable upstart. Alas, as much as I wish to bear witness to their clash, Wicked Thunder's license was revoked upon her disappearance, and I am unable to sanction such a match. Intriguing, most intriguing. It's his voice. It's the president. I will allow a special exhibition match. Prepare Wicked Thunder's ring, and prepare yourself, upstart. You heard it, folks. By permission of the president, a match will be held. Who will emerge the victor? Who will emerge the victor? Wow, I could not say victor for some reason. Who will emerge the victor? Neoteric Witch or the Unenhanced Warrior? This is an event you cannot afford to miss. Oh boy. So, my suspicion is that the president has something to do with Wicked Thunder's sudden disappearance. The Neoteric Witch. Yana wears a pensive expression. Eutrope, where have you been? And why have you come back now? I'm sorry, it's just I wasn't prepared to see my sister like that. It's a shame your big moment was spoiled. But now that the match has been decided, there's nothing for it but to prepare. As a former heavyweight fighter, Eutrope's more than a cut above everyone you've faced thus far. Even so, having seen how quickly you've climbed up the ranks to become champion, I reckon you're far from overmatched. As Nayuni mentioned, Eutrope, or rather Wicked Thunder, harnesses the Levin Steed's soul and employs Electrope in battle. Her ring's a recreation of an imaginary city designed to allow her the full use of her powers. Her bouts are notoriously so dangerous that there isn't even seating for spectators. And while she's my sister, I'm your second. So you go out there, Cassandra, and you win this. AAC Light Heavyweight, M4. I'm confused by the term light heavyweight, though. Shouldn't it just be lightweight? I don't know. I legitimately don't know anything about, like, wrestling or boxing or anything like that. Maybe it is light heavyweight in, like, you know, boxing, wrestling, etc. You know, arena sports, I guess. Not even arena sports, because there's plenty of, like, arena sports, you know, that aren't like those two, right? that don't use like a ring. So I don't know, ring sports maybe. I was gonna look it up, because I mean, I gotta imagine that there's a term for it. I just don't know what the term is. You know? I was gonna look it up, but then freaking ding happened. So, though, since it's not immediate yet, come on, DPS. 1 DPS. They're referred to as combat sports. AAC Light Heavyweight M4. This is an arena. All right. I mean, I don't know what I expected, but it was not that. I don't know what I expected, but it was not that. Actually get to use my freaking whatever that ability is called. Whoa! Whoa, okay. Yep, definitely going to take me a moment to figure that one out. Oh, right then. All right. It's one of these mechs. I'm telling you, you saw straight through it. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Wings! Whew! That makes sense. And now we seem to be split. Or not. Oh crap. I see. Crossing the electricity doesn't deal damage. See, I would have thought that crossing the electricity dealt damage. Ow! That was a cyber spark, for sure. I'm just gonna have to... Actually, wow, I just realized. Because the okay. I get it. Woo! Wrath of Zeus. Yeah, I literally just noticed when you use Flourish, if standard stuff is still on cooldown, you can't like use the instant. Also, this freaking music. Like, what the frick, dude? It's going hard. Okay. So 1, 2, and then 1. Oh my gosh. Also, did I really take a hit on that? What? Excuse me. Like, I dodged all 5 of those freaking hits, game. I don't know what you're on about. Very clearly, I had dodged all 5 of those hits. I guarantee that if you look back on the footage, I will in fact have dodged every one of those hits. Oh boy. Oh, it's one of these. Ah, okay. Okay. I call hacks. I call shenanigans. 100%. I call shenanigans on that one. Them's were some shenanigans. What the frick, this music, dude? Oh my, what is this? Oh my god! Maybe tone down a little on the flashies there, Square Enix. That was some serious flashes. Oh my gosh. Wicked hyper cannon. Like, I don't have epilepsy, but this is actually giving me a headache. Like, that is intense. I think this might just be her final set of moves. Like her final attack. And now in like 4 months time, we'll get a continuation to this. Black Kitten. I'm gonna roll on the earrings first. Okay. At least I might get 1 gear upgrade. Might get an earring. Well, an accessory, rather. You're safe, thank goodness. If you'd actually triumph, seem to have the stuff to succeed even in the upper divisions. I was hoping to have a word with you, Trope, but she's disappeared again. There's nothing else to do for now, so let's head back to the gym. They didn't give us any kind of Ethernet anywhere near the gym, though. But I also don't know how much we'll be going to the gym. You know, this could be a... We come here, you know, every other thing, you know. Nanny will have watched the fight at home. I wonder what she thought of... Well, everything. Come on, let's head in. I'm relieved you're unharmed, Cassandra. But what a shock it was to see you Trope again. And in that manner. Oh. What are you doing here? Well, no matter. I'm not here to fight you, but to talk to my sisters. Good, because we have a mountain of questions for you. Why did you disappear without a word? What exactly have you been doing all this time? I'll explain everything in due course. But if you want to live, Yana, you need to give up fighting right now. What? Why? Because if you repeatedly transfigure your flesh with the feral soul, you'll eventually develop psychonecrosis, an irreversible disease where your own soul degrades. Once it's begun, it's too late. All you can do is await death, like me. That's why they only go till they're 20. So, like, 2 years. This can't be true. I knew there were risks, but isn't that why fighters are immortalized? So we can get out before it's too late? Yana, have you ever met one of the immortalized? The life of comfort promised of retirement is just a lie woven to exploit us and cover up our deaths. But I remember them all. How can that be if they're dead? Rather than to new homes, the fighters are taken to a secret facility. There, their regulators are removed, and they are kept in confinement until they die. Without their regulators fitted, Everkeep systems have no way of detecting their death, nor of preserving their memory. I had noticed changes to my body, and so decided to seek the counsel of the immortalized. When I snuck into the president's office to ascertain their whereabouts, I discovered the sordid truth. I feared I would become another victim if I remained, and so I disappeared and began searching for a cure to the illness. Did you find one? In theory, the remedy is another person's soul. But an ordinary one won't do. No, it has to be surpassingly dense. Like yours. I bear you no ill will, but you are my only hope of survival. Rather than ambush you in the city and cause a disturbance, I challenged you in the ring, certain I would claim my prize. I knew the president wouldn't pass by the opportunity for a thrilling match. I had become weaker than I'd realized. That's the only reason we're having this conversation now. Next time, I will have your soul. Wait, your trope. Even if it's to save yourself, you can't just take the soul of another. This isn't right. It's easy for you to say. You don't live with the knowledge that every single moment your soul is being eaten away. Given my intrusion, I'd come to see how you were faring after your sister's sudden appearance. But I fear I've overheard something most distressing. So you didn't know either, despite your position in Ascension Arcadia? Had I known, I assure you I would not commentate with such enthusiasm. It was in the belief that our fighters were safe that I enjoyed my work. There's only one thing to do, make the truth public and stop the fights. Don't want anyone else to suffer. Oh no, that is the worst thing we could possibly do. And the President shows no mercy to those who get in his way. Should we go public with his secret, no one would be safe. Not you, or me, or any of the fighters. The Eutrope has kept silent, I suspect. It's because she understood this. I suppose you're right. In hindsight, it's because he's such a ruthless man that he could cover up the disease. I believe we have but one recourse. Cassandra, you must rise to the very summit of the Arcadion and become the Grand Champion. See, the Grand Champion is granted access to all the souls in our repository. While it wouldn't be the intended purpose of this privilege, you would be at liberty to release them. By thus getting rid of all feral souls left, the fighters would no longer be at risk. With the skills you've displayed thus far, I have faith that you can do it. And you can count on me. Good. Now, if you would garner suspicion... it would garner suspicion if I linger too long. So I shall take my leave, if you'll excuse me. As you recall, I can't fight in any matches for a while. And given what you know, it's just as well. But I'll, of course, continue to support you as best I can. At the same time, Nayuni and I'll undertake our own search for a cure for psychonecrosis. Right, got it, yes. As soon as I figured out the divide there, as soon as I realized psycho right here, and I cut out that word, then it's like, oh, the rest of it is literally just necrosis. Got it, psychonecrosis. Easy. There has to be a way to save our sister without sacrificing you, or anyone else for that matter. Well, I think that's it. Normally, necrosis is spelled with a C. That's part of the problem. I think I would have noticed the word necrosis if it had been with a C. To be honest, I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything. Put on a brave face for Nayuni's sake, but the truth is, I'm terrified. I'm really glad to have you with us in this. This has become more than just a fighting competition, but for the sake of our goal, we have to go along with it. So come and find me here when it's time to begin your cruiserweight campaign. There's our new light heavyweight champion. I've been most eager to talk to you, my friend. Believe a proper introduction is in order. My name is Gabriel, and I am a cartoonist. That is, a storyteller in the medium of art. Most of my works are inspired by the battles in the Arcadion, and I'd love nothing more than to chronicle the journey of the unstoppable upstart. I shall make myself available nearby for when you have a moment to share your tales. AKA Savage Content! Gabriel's works are tremendously popular in Solution 9. In fact, they want to make a story about you as proof of your own popularity. You could do worse than to have a chat with him. Savage Content! You know what? Let's grab some Quick Tongue. I probably still won't use it because I'm pretty sure that was all Quick Tongue 11. Hey! I didn't even realize that I did get the black kitten. So, yes, it was all Quick Tongue 11. So I have no use for that. Alright! Well, Tenra, I was hoping you'd stop by. Recount the light heavyweight tier. And the light heavyweight division is the lowest tier of the championship. You surprised one and all by rising up as champion without the use of feral souls. And you didn't stop there. When former heavyweight fighter Wicked Thunder unexpectedly appeared to challenge you, you bested her as well. Never have we seen such drama at the Arcadion. Like most others, I watched your matches at the edge of my seat. I've been most keen to hear your first-hand account. Pray spare no detail. How about that? It do be right. Light heavyweight. Her words have provided me with insight and inspiration both. With a few embellishments, I believe I can produce a story that will grip the reader from start to finish. You're not going to tell that it happened? Embellishments? Because, you know, savage content. Lest you misunderstand, my works are not intended to be accurate records of events. In the name of a good story, I may take some liberties with certain details. For example, what if Black Cat had brought even deadlier techniques to bear against you? Or if Honey Be Lovely, whose sweet facade concealed a terrible temper, had become further enraged. And what sort of carnage might have unfolded if the brute Bottomer had stooped to lower lows to seize victory? Last but not least, what if Wicked Thunder refused to retreat, resolving instead to fight on? Such a manner do I let my mind wander when I produce my works, and this time I'm confident that I have a bestseller on my hands. Thank you for taking the time to share your account with me. I wish you continued success in the arena. Savage Tear. So, let's see. Problem is that I'm having trouble finding the exact, an exact list. However, oh, I see, okay. Okay. Very interesting. So, I used to play wrestling games, as, you know, a little girl. You know, they were fun to play. And I was thinking that I recalled the idea of there being a lightweight in, the titles in the wrestling. I'm looking at a list of boxing, classes, if you will, weight limits. So in boxing, it's all based off of your weight, basically. And according to this, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 classifications. And it starts at what they call atom weight, or light minimum weight. They're apparently different, places have different, names for this stuff. So, I'm going to I'm going to go by the list here known as the WBO. So atom weight, the highest weight that you can have in atom weight is 102 pounds. That's insane. That is so freaking tiny, dude. And then it gets into mini flyweight, junior flyweight, super flyweight, bantam weight, BANTAM, bantam, junior featherweight, and then featherweight, and then it's either referred to as super featherweight or junior lightweight, which is interesting. And then there's lightweight, there's super lightweight, there's welterweight, along with super welterweight. And each of these supers is also classified as the junior of the next one. Like, super light is the same as junior welter. Super welter is the same as junior middle. And then it's middleweight, super middleweight, which does not have a different classification. Because the next one on the list above that is light heavyweight, followed by cruiserweight, followed by a classification that just started in 2020, that goes up to 224 pounds. Apparently, and I don't know what these mean, but WBA and WBC are the only people that use this. But they call it bridger weight. And then the highest tier is heavyweight. So basically, all of that to say that the top three classifications, light heavyweight, cruiserweight, and heavyweight, are the ones that they're using here in FF14. So, which is neat. I had no idea. I legitimately thought that it was lightweight, cruiserweight, and then heavyweight. I thought it was just those three. I didn't realize there were 19 classifications. Or 18, if you're, not counting the bridger weight or whatever it was. I put my phone down, so. I was right. It's bridger weight. I did remember it. Cool. Alright, well, that is Arcadion light heavyweight. I am going to BRB because there's food. Enjoy the dulcet tones of Solution 9, and I will be back soon.